Good morning, friends. Welcome back. So yesterday we saw some very basics of cloud computing, right? We saw what is the need of cloud computing. Okay. So let us do small revision before we go and see a bit more about cloud computing. Remember, everything is application. Applications are services over the internet. Whenever we connect to anything over the internet, it is either application or some service. So where that particular application or service is running, that application or service is running somewhere on a server operating system. Okay. And that server operating system is Windows or Linux. 97 to 98%, or I can say 100% cases actually. It will be either a Windows server operating system or Linux server operating system. Okay. Within Linux, we have multiple flavors available. That's a different thing. But overall, it is either Windows or either Linux. Okay, some magic is happening here actually. Just a second. Okay, fine. So server operating system, and where exactly this server operating system is running? This server operating system is running on top of a server hardware. Okay, it is running on top of the server hardware. Okay. Now, whenever you take a server hardware, we have to build a data center. We have to build a complete network. We simply cannot take one server hardware and we cannot start running our application, right? We need to have a complete infrastructure there. We need to have complete data center there. So let us go back to a very simple data center. See here, friends, this is the best example I can take as of now. So here we can see server. Actually, it will be servers, right? There will be multiple servers available in a network. Not one. It can be like 2, 5. It can be like 20, 30, 50, not even 2, 5. Actually, it can be 50, 100, 200 servers available. Okay, fine. So we know what is the use of server now. It is a machine where we are running a server OS so that we can run our applications. That is fixed. Go to any company, anywhere. This is the server concept that is fixed. Now, server will run with multiple machines. Like, there is a machine here called router. We cannot see a network without a router actually. There will be a machine with the name firewall. We will not see a computer network without a firewall. There will be one more machine somewhere actually that is actually known as storage. That storage is not available as of now in this diagram. So storage will be there. So with server, we have routers, storage, firewalls, and all the other devices. So what is the use of storage here? Storage is a device where we can save our data. Server is a machine to run our applications. Actually, we are not saving any data in server. Server will be connected to storage and we are saving data inside the storage. Okay, so we need a dedicated team who can manage, who can configure and manage the storage device. Okay, then we have a device called router. Router is a device that will make communication between your local area network and the internet. What is the meaning of local area network? The network that you see right now on your screen is a local area network. A company's network is a local area network. Okay, there can be, let us say, 3,000 people working in your company. 3,000 people are sitting on 3,000 different computers. 3,000 computers are connected with each other. So that is a local area network. Okay, so if you want to make communication between local area network and internet, we need to have a device called router. See, you will not see any company where the company is not connected to internet for sure. 100% cases, maybe the size of the company is very small. Let us say only 30 people are working in the company, but still these 30 people are connected to internet. Okay, so router is a device that will make communication between our local area network and the internet. Router is actually a separate device. It is not the router that we have in our home. Like, normally we call it as Wi-Fi router, right? Remember that small box where there are two antennas there? That is actually a access point. It is not a real router. A real router will be completely different. There are some companies like Cisco, Juniper, and some more companies which will manufacture your routers. Hopefully, I can show you some images here. Wait a second. So Cisco is quite famous company actually that manufactures your routers. Yeah, so it will be like this. See, this is a router. This is a dedicated router that will make communication between two different networks. So we need a separate team actually who can, manage and who can configure this particular router. There is a course called CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. CCNA is a course where you are learning what is router, what are the types of routers available, how to configure router, how to troubleshoot router, all these things you are learning in that particular course. Okay, so as of now, just imagine there is a router which will make communication between two different networks. Then we have firewall. Name says everything. What you think about a firewall? Firewall is a device actually that will protect our computer network from unauthorized access. I repeat, firewall is a device that will protect our network from unauthorized access. Without firewall, there is no proper security. So every computer network will have at least one firewall so that we can stop unauthorized access. We will not allow anyone to enter inside our network and access anything from our network. So see, every device is having a responsibility, right? Every device has its own responsibility. Storage to save the data, router to make communication, firewall to provide security, and server to run our applications and services. So all these machines will come together and a computer network is formed. Okay, and actually that computer network we call it as data center also. Why data center? Because number of devices will increase. Now many more devices will be added. Like I said, you 50, 70, 100 servers can be added. Okay, many storage devices will be there. Okay, many routers and many firewalls will be there. So overall it is called as a data center. And if you want to see how data center looks actually physically, it will be like this. This is some data center and that person is sitting there and he's trying to configure something there. Maybe he's connected to router, firewall, wherever he's connected, he's trying to troubleshoot something. And backside, what you see here, there are totally 5 racks there. Okay, this is one of the rack there. And in this rack, you can see there are many devices. So some devices are routers, some are firewalls, some are, switches, storage, and many other devices are your servers. So why we need to take all these devices? We know this very well, right? But what I'm trying to explain you here is when you take all these devices, we are increasing our budget. We are increasing the total cost of our computer network. But is there any solution or was there any solution? There was no solution from 1970s and 1980s when they started making the computer network. This is the way they started making computer networks. In 1990s and 1980s also, we have to take servers and routers and firewalls and storage and all these devices and we have to make a network. But by the time we enter in 2000 actually, our computer networks were expanding. Our computer networks were becoming more bigger and bigger. Why? What is the meaning of this bigger and bigger? Bigger and bigger means actually more servers are needed in a company to run the applications. So day by day the cost of our computer network was simply increasing. So it was in a way a bit difficult for companies to maintain the computer networks. So when you take a server, the server is not running forever. The server is running in a company for let's say 18 months or 24 months. After 18 months and 24 months, we need to upgrade our server. We need to remove our server, the existing server, and we need to add a new server, new series, new model, new features. Okay, high speed, more storage. So every now and then the hardware is increasing, right? The hardware is changing. So we need to keep on upgrading our servers and we need to keep on changing our servers. So every year, every 18 months, every 2 years, we need to keep on changing our servers. So companies were spending huge money every year, every 18 months. It was some added, responsibility for the administrators to maintain each and everything, first of all. And in case if there is some new model coming in the company have to purchase that particular model and they need to add that particular model in their network. So this were some of the disadvantages we have in our on-premise physical network. Then we got the concept of cloud. And what happens in cloud actually? Cloud is a concept where some other company, a company like Amazon or Microsoft or Google or any other company, what they said, listen, why you are spending that much money on your IT resources? No need to spend that much money, no need to buy them, no need to own them, and no need to maintain the physical data centers. Do one thing, we have the data centers available where we can provide you all the resources that you need. Like you need servers, we'll provide you servers. We need routers, you need storage, you need firewall, whatever you need, we will provide you everything. You do one thing, you just connect to our network, you just connect to our data center and run your application on our data center and pay according to your usage. On day one, no need to spend crores of Indian rupees. On day one, without spending even 1 rupee, you can start your business. We'll provide you all the resources that you need. So at the end of the day, it is all about resources that we need. It is all about IT resources that we need. So instead of buying and owning the resources from day one, we can simply take the resources from some other company and we can pay minimum amount every month, or we can pay amount that we can pay money according to our usage. For example, electricity bill. How much electricity bill you get? You get electricity bill according to your usage, right? Maybe this month you got the electricity bill, let us say 500 rupees, for example. And next month you may get electricity bill as the 5,000 rupees. That is possible, right? So why it is 500 rupees this month and why I'm getting 5,000 rupees next month? Because next month maybe my the power consumption is more. Maybe there is some function in my home, there is some party going on for some days actually. So there is more power consumption there, right? So how much power we use, that much bill we are getting. Cloud is the same way, my friend. Cloud is working in the same way. How much resources you are using, how many resources you are using, and for how much time you are using that resources, that much money we need to pay. So whatever amount you are paying in cloud, and whatever way you calculate that particular amount, it is always very less compared to the on-premise physical data center. And coming to cloud, as a customer of cloud, as a user of cloud, I'm not worried about my physical infrastructure maintenance. I'm not worried about my physical infrastructure, upgrading. I'm not worried about adding the new devices. I'm not worried about troubleshooting. Everything will be taken care by the cloud provider. I just need to run the application. For example, imagine I'm running the application in cloud for last 4 years. Let's say from 2018-19, I'm running my application on cloud. I don't have any idea actually on which particular server my application is running. You know what cloud will do? They will say they will provide you the latest hardware. Of course, they are providing you the latest hardware, but on what particular hardware my application is running, I don't have any idea. I just request them to provide this much resources. So they will provide me that much resources. That's it. But what they will do, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, they will maintain and they will take the latest hardware and they will provide these services to us. So in case if they take a older version of hardware, first of all, the latest operating system will not work on the older version of operating system, right? Hardware and operating system, they run together actually, they work together. If they take a older version of hardware to save some money, the latest operating system cannot be installed on the older version of hardware. So they will maintain everything. They will add the latest devices. So in last 4 years or 5 years, maybe they have upgraded the server maybe like 2 to 3 times, or maybe they have changed the physical server like 2 to 3 times. But do I know anything about that? No, I don't have any idea about what they're doing in the background. Actually, I don't need to know what they are doing in the background actually. They say they will maintain your infrastructure, they will add the latest resources there, so they will do everything for me. So for me as a customer, as an end user, there is absolutely no need for me to worry about the, infrastructure they use, or, the resources they use. They will just provide you the latest infrastructure. We just need to plug into the latest infrastructure and run our application. That's it, my friend. So this is your Microsoft. I copy this definition from the Microsoft official documents. What they say: cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, including storage, servers, database, networking, software, analytic, whatever things are related with your IT, whatever things are related with your computer networks. Cloud computing will provide you all these things in the form of a service. Okay, so they will provide you everything over the internet. So whenever you see this definition from any company, there is one thing that is written there: over the internet. That is one thing. Second thing will be, we will provide you all the services. All the IT resources will provide you in the form of a service. Third one will be pay as you go model. Pay as you go model means how much you use, that much we need to pay. These are some of the, basic things we will see in each and every definition. Okay, so over the internet to offer faster innovations, flexible resources, and you can see the definition what they're writing it. Just, Amazon and Microsoft, maybe the sentencing, the words they are using, the sentence they are making is different, but overall the meaning is same. IBM is again a very big company, right? What they said: cloud computing transforms IT infrastructure into a utility. It says it lets you plug into infrastructure via the internet and use computing resources without installing and maintaining them on premise. What Google says, same thing. What Citrix says, same thing. Citrix is again a very big company that provides you the cloud services. Salesforce, again, they say the same thing. Okay, so this is what cloud is all about, my friend. Okay, servers, storage, application, networking, database, everything will be there over the cloud. When they started cloud, actually, Amazon people started cloud in 2006. They started providing cloud services from the year 2006. Then came the other companies like Microsoft and Google and all the other companies. But Amazon is the company that officially started providing cloud services in the year 2006. But if you go with the cloud computing concept, the cloud computing concept will take you back in 1980s actually. It's not a concept that is designed by Amazon, or it's not a concept that is like, first offered by Amazon. Cloud is a concept that means you keep your information. It can be an application, it can be a data at some other place on some other company server. That is cloud. I remember I created my email account in the year 2004. Amazon people started providing cloud services in 2006. Okay, so before Amazon people started providing cloud services in the year 2004, I created my Gmail account. So once I create my Gmail account, when I send or receive my first email back in 2004 only, I connected myself to the cloud. Because where are our emails located actually? Are they located in our physical machine, that is your laptop or desktop or the mobile phone? No, right? They are available in the Google server. So the emails are located in the Google server. So that Google server is acting as a cloud. So if you keep your data or if you run your application on some other server, then it is cloud. Okay, but officially from the year 2006, by forming a particular, some services, they started providing cloud services to all the general people as well as to all the companies. Fine. Now, let us try to compare actually what exactly we are going to learn in cloud and how it is different from our on-premise physical network. So first of all, in on-premise physical network, we call it as physical servers. Okay, we call it as server operating system. We need storage. We need a router. We need firewall. We cannot imagine a computer network without these components. Okay, physical connections will be there, cables will be there, racks will be there, switches will be there. Okay, there are some more devices that we have to take. Fine. Overall, we need to add more devices to make a data center. But without these 5 devices, we cannot imagine a computer network. These are the 5 most important things. Okay, number 2 is server operating system. It's not a device. So I'm just counting it as a component there. Now, once you go to cloud here, my friend, in cloud, you know what happens here? Physical servers will change into virtual servers. Server operating system is known as actually AMI, Amazon Machine Image. Storage is storage. Router is router. What we call it as route table. Okay. And coming to firewall, we call it as security group. See, same terminologies, a bit change actually. Some terminologies are a bit different, but overall, we have the same components available in cloud also. So in cloud, we have the physical server, we have the physical router, we have the physical firewall. But you know, physical firewall, we call it as security group. Okay, physical router, we call it as route table. Server operating system, we call it as AMI, Amazon Machine Image. And the physical server, we call it as virtual server. So once we connect to the cloud environment, what we have to do here is the cloud providers like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, they are providing you with a big data center. They say, okay, we have data centers located in so and so location. So you can connect to any data center which is near to you. Like suppose I'm sitting in a place like, let's say, Chennai. If I'm sitting in Chennai, or suppose if my company is in Chennai, which city is nearer to Chennai? Hyderabad is nearer to Chennai. So Amazon people have 2 data centers in India, or Amazon people have data centers in 2 places actually. One is in Hyderabad, one is in Mumbai. So what I can do, my company is in Chennai, and Chennai, Hyderabad is very near to me. So what I can do here is I can simply connect myself to the Hyderabad region. And in Hyderabad region, we have multiple data centers. So we can connect to any one of the data center and we can run our applications there. So cloud provider is providing these services, and they are, you know, offering us all the data centers which are available across the globe. And they say like, choose your data center. We are not forcing you to select any data center. Select your own data center and then run your application. So once you select your data center, you know what we have to do? In the data center, we have some thousands of servers or even lakhs of servers are available. The infrastructure is too big to imagine actually. Remember I told you the size of the data center can be bigger than 5 football grounds. In some cases, the size of the data center is bigger than 15 football grounds. Just imagine, my friend, the one football ground itself is like a big place, right? Now, when I said 10 football grounds, 15 football grounds, just imagine the size of the data center. Okay, so that can be the size of the data center. So what Amazon or any cloud provider is saying, they are saying, we have this infrastructure at so and so location. So connect to our infrastructure by using a web browser and by using a username and password, connect to us, and then create your own environment, create your own virtual network. Connect to the physical network and create your own virtual network. Technically, we call it as VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. So make your own network then, and inside that network, make your own virtual server, okay, provide your own security, okay, configure your own router, select your own operating system, do everything by yourself. We are just providing you the infrastructure and we are providing you these services. So by using these services, you can make your own infrastructure. This is the whole concept. So whatever we used to do in our on-premise physical network, the same concept we have to do over the cloud. The difference here is on-premise physical networks, we have to connect cables. Okay, we have to troubleshoot the physical part. We have to upgrade the hardware devices. But over the cloud, this is not under our control. Cloud provider is saying, we will maintain these things for you. You just connect and make your infrastructure and run your applications. And if you want to provide security, these are the ways in which you can provide security. If you want to add storage, this is the way you can add storage. If you want to increase the number of servers, these are the options available using which you can increase the number of servers. If you want to make communication between your company network and the internet, this is the way you can use your route table and you can make communication between your company network and the internet. So all these options are provided by cloud. So we just need to go there and run our and make our infrastructure and run our application. That's it. See, this is your Amazon aws.amazon.com address. So we just need to connect to this aws.amazon.com. It is not amazon.com. Amazon.com will be like e-commerce website. This is aws.amazon.com. aws.amazon.com will take you to the Amazon cloud service. So first of all, we need to sign in. You need to have an account actually. So how to create an account, that I'll show you in coming sessions. So I have an account here. So I'm just trying to log in here. See, I just connected to I just logged in and I connected to the AWS data centers. Here they are providing me these services. They say, okay, these are the locations where we have the data centers. So see, in India, Hyderabad and Mumbai. This is only about Amazon, my friend. If you go with Microsoft, they may have data centers in some different cities in India. If you go with Google or IBM or Oracle, Cisco, DigitalOcean, Alibaba, okay, Salesforce, Citrix, all these are big cloud providers. So they may have data centers in different cities. Or maybe there can be a cloud provider that is not having any data center in India. That is also possible. But now we are in 2023. So we can expect like most of the companies have data centers in India. You know, Amazon people, they started providing services from India in the year 2016. So this Mumbai region, they started operating this Mumbai region from the year 2016. Before 2016, Amazon people have no data center in a country like India. And coming to the Hyderabad data center, they've started this Hyderabad data center some months before actually. In the year 2022, they started this data center in Hyderabad. Okay, so before 2016, companies that were running from India, these companies were using data centers either which was running in North Virginia, or maybe they were selecting Tokyo, or maybe they were selecting London, or maybe they were selecting Singapore, which is nearer to them. They were just trying to connect to that particular data center and they were running the application. But now we are in 2023, so we have data centers in two locations. One is in Hyderabad and one is in Mumbai. In coming years, actually, there is a chance that they can increase the number of data centers in India. Maybe Amazon, maybe Microsoft, or maybe any XYZ company, because the demand from India is too much, right? Too many companies are there in India. Too many companies are connecting to the cloud. So the demand is too much here. So they can simply increase the number of servers, or they can simply increase the number of servers in one data center, or they can simply increase the number of data centers. Maybe they can add a data center in a city like Bangalore, or maybe Pune, or maybe Noida, because these are the IT hubs, right? So they will take the requirements, and wherever there is more requirement, according to the requirement, they will go to that particular geographical location and they will add a data center there. Clear? So I just need to select my data center. Let's say I selected my data center here, that is Hyderabad. So once I select a data center, I have a service here called VPC. By using this VPC service, what I can do, I can make own virtual network. First of all, I need to create a network. I simply cannot run my application. Within Hyderabad region, there are some lakhs of servers available. It's a huge infrastructure. So what AWS is asking me to do, it is asking me to it is asking me to create a virtual data center. On that physical data center, I need to create a virtual data center, or I can call it as I need to create a virtual network. After creating virtual network, then I can run my EC2 machine. What is EC2 machine? EC2 machine is a server actually. Okay. Then there is something called S3. S3 is a storage. So like this, they are providing each and everything in the form of a service. Okay, so they are providing each and everything in the form of a service. So we just need to connect to the data center, any one of the data center. Actually, these are known as regions: Hyderabad region, Mumbai region, Singapore region, Sydney region. Within the region, they have multiple data centers. So we just need to connect to a region. Inside the region, we need to connect to the data center, and then we need to run our applications. So as a cloud administrator, my responsibility in a company will be, first of all, I need to create an account for my company. How to create an account, that we have to see. Then once we log in into that account, I need to make my own infrastructure there. That infrastructure is actually virtual infrastructure. That virtual infrastructure contains your server, virtual servers, okay, operating system, virtual routers, virtual storage, virtual firewall. Nothing is physical. In the data center, everything is physical, but I am getting everything as a virtual device, a logical device. Okay, so I need to create my own data center there. I need to run all this, I need to create all these virtual devices. Then we need to run our application. Okay, so within this cloud administration team, there will be a team, there will be a group of people whose responsibility is providing security. So they are responsible for, firewalls. They are responsible for maintaining firewalls. They are responsible for, editing the concepts, editing the, settings in firewall. There can be one more team whose responsibility is about storage. So their responsibility is adding storage, okay, increasing and decreasing storage according to the requirement, taking backup from the storage. So their responsibility is storage. So within our cloud administration team, there is one more group whose responsibility is adding our EC2 machine. EC2 machine is your virtual server. So we need to add more EC2 machines, we need to remove EC2 machines, and whatever EC2 machines are there, we need to increase and decrease the resources in this EC2 machine. Okay, and there is one more group whose responsibility is to provide, permissions to the users. Who can access which resource, who can access this server, who cannot access that particular server. So like this, our work will be divided in our team. But when you are learning this administration course, you are learning about virtual servers, you are learning about your firewalls, you are learning about your storage, and you are learning many more things. But once you join a company as a cloud administrator, your responsibility will be on one service. Got it? Your responsibility will be on one service. But as a cloud administrator, you should know what is happening in the other services also. Because no one knows once they join a company on which particular service they will get the opportunity to work. No one has any idea. We need to learn the complete administration, and then once we get a job, they will decide, okay, you are working on this particular service. So this is what we have to do as a cloud administrator, my friend. Everything, whatever you see in the red color is your physical infrastructure. This is a very painful job, my friend. I am repeating, this is a very painful job. Companies were suffering in this physical infrastructure for last many decades. Maintaining a physical network is not at all easy. We need to maintain power backup. We need to maintain cooling system. Okay, we need to maintain cabling. Okay, troubleshooting of devices. Anything can happen with your power supply. Like some power fluctuation is happening. So there can be some fire there. So there are many issues where companies were facing. So because of this cloud, companies are very relaxed now. Companies are saying, okay, we are not worried about all this infrastructure. So we just need to worry about our application. We need to create our own virtual environment and we need to worry about our application. Now the question can be, companies are, completely, dependent on the other company to run the infrastructure, right? What if there is a problem in the Hyderabad region, there is of Amazon? What is if there is a problem in the Mumbai region? Let's say problem can be some fire is broken out there. Okay, there is some, earthquake, or there is some, tsunami or flooding happening. These are the very natural things that can happen anytime, right? There is a possibility, right? Now listen, my friend. Technically, we call it as downtime. What we call it as? We call it as downtime. A data center can go down. A complete data center can go down. Okay. So then what? See, when I say downtime, always remember one thing, my friend. There is more downtime in our physical networks compared to our cloud. If the computer network is running within the company, if all the resources are running within the company, there is more downtime in our on-premise network compared to the cloud. I'm not saying there is no downtime in cloud. I'm saying there is a downtime. It is part and parcel of our IT. It is part and parcel of our computer network. Downtime will be there for sure. But I repeat, there is more downtime in our physical network compared to our cloud. This is actually advantage. And in case if there is a downtime in cloud people have, excellent team that will work 24/7 for us, and they will, make that particular network up as early as possible. So normally we will see Google is not working, or Instagram is not working, or Twitter or Facebook is not working. They say like it is down. But tell me, for how much time you will see that particular application going down? Maybe for some hours, right? Have you ever seen any big application is going down for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks? No, because there is a, very excellent team available, highly trained professional people available there. These people responsibility is, if anything is going down, they will just make things up as early as possible. Okay, so downtime is part and parcel of our computer networks, whether it is on-premise physical network or whether it is cloud. But over the cloud, like I said, downtime is very less compared to your on-premise physical networks. Okay, so in whatever way you see, in whatever way you feel, cloud is way better. Cloud is much better compared to your on-premise data center. This is the reason many companies have already moved into cloud, and many other companies who are still working on their on-premise data centers, they are also moving into cloud. Okay, so that's the reason the cloud administrators demand is increasing day by day. They need people who can manage and who can run their application. They need people who can create their own infrastructure over the cloud and run their application. Like I said, VPC. VPC is a service using which we are creating our own infrastructure there, right? We are creating our own virtual environment. So right now I'm connected to this Hyderabad region. I can say maybe in this Hyderabad region, there are some millions of VPCs available as of now. Many companies are connected to this Hyderabad region, and they have, running their applications there. So first of all, they need to create their own network there, that is called VPC, and then they will run their application there. So like this, we have to use all these services, and we need to run our applications. Okay, so who can learn cloud computing? Remember, there are no pre-requirements here, and whatever pre-requirements are there, I'll be covering each and everything. You should know something about Windows and Linux operating system. You should know some networking concepts, and you should know there is a concept called virtualization. This is what you should know. So whenever I start any topic in cloud, I will take you from very basic, very scratch level up to the advanced level. Okay. So if you don't have any knowledge or any idea about cloud or anything that is related to servers or firewall or server operating system, I repeat again, there is absolutely no need for you to worry. I'll cover each and everything for you. And these are actually the physical devices we have. This is actually a router. This is called switch. This is your storage. It looks like this actually. And this is your firewall. And all these devices will be connected in a frame, and this is actually known as rack, R-A-C-K. So besides server, these are the devices we have. These are the physical devices we have. But remember, I told you the same physical devices we are taking in the form of a virtual device. So cloud is no different from your physical network, at least in your components or at least in your operating system, and the way the applications are running, everything is same. The only thing is, instead of the physical infrastructure, we are moving into the virtual infrastructure. That's it. And we are in 2023. By the year 2000, let's say 30, I can say 98% companies will move their infrastructure. They will move the data over the cloud. The cloud services, Amazon started providing the cloud services in the year 2006. But from the year 2016 and 17, actually, companies started using more cloud services. So why it took nearly 10 years for companies to move into cloud if cloud is so good? So today I can say cloud is very good, but maybe like 10 years before, I cannot say cloud was so good. Okay, security wise, it was not so good. Okay, and infrastructure wise, it was not so good. Like say my company is in Hyderabad. So if I want to run my applications, I need to use Singapore network or maybe Sydney network. There were no data centers available in my country. So we had some disadvantages before 2014-15 actually. But now in 2023, I can say, okay, cloud is the best option compared to your on-premise network. Okay, and the other issues we used to have before 2014-15 was internet was not so easily accessible by everyone, right? Today, we have mobile phones, we have 2 GB internet on our mobile phone, and our cable internet is very easily accessible everywhere. But maybe 10 years before or 8 years before, it was not so easy for us to access internet, right? We still used to go to the internet cafes. If you remember, we used to pay 10 rupees and we used to use the internet for 1 hour. Now tell me, when was the last time you went to any internet cafe? See, things have changed in last 8 years or 10 years. So that is the reason, cloud is becoming more common and more, normal. And the other reason was the companies, they already have their own infrastructure. Companies, they already have their own infrastructure. So they were using their infrastructure without, paying extra money. They were using their infrastructure. But, suppose a company has made infrastructure in the year 2015. So they are more than happy to use their own infrastructure. But by the time they enter in 2016 or 2017, now they need to upgrade their infrastructure. They need to spend huge money now. So now they were searching for some other option. So they got the option in the form of cloud, and they said like, okay, instead of spending the money on our on-premise data center, let us move into cloud now. So like this, things have changed in last 5 years or 6 years. And I can say by the end of 2029, 2030, we will see 95 to 98% companies already moved into cloud and they are running everything on cloud. And personally, you and me, whenever we connect to the internet, whenever we send and receive any email, we are sending and receive email through the cloud environment only. So cloud is part of our day-to-day life. Cloud is part of our companies. We cannot run away from cloud. The only thing that can happen to cloud is it will simply improve. The infrastructure will increase and the services will improve. That is the only thing that can happen to cloud. We will not go back to the on-premise data centers again. Never. On-premise data centers in many companies are going down actually. Everything is moved into cloud. That is the best way of storing our data and running our application. What is there besides storing the data and running the application? Nothing. Once you go to any company, they need some storage to save the data and they need some servers to run the application. And both the things are provided by cloud. Both the things are provided by cloud in the best way possible. Okay, friends, this is something about cloud actually. I hope you understood what is cloud now. So you can see yourself in cloud are the jobs that are related with cloud for next 15-20 years for sure. Or I can say till the time you are working or whenever you are retiring from your career, Till then, you can see yourself working in and around the cloud technologies. Okay, now there was a question yesterday about the certifications actually. See, certification is a different ball game. If you want to go with the certification actually, I always say this, without even learning the course, you can go with the certification. But how that is possible? First of all, you should not write the certification without learning the course. But just to make things more easier for you, I'm saying without even learning the course, you can go with the certification. Go to a website like Exam Collection, www.examcollection.com. Okay, so once you go to this website here, you can see there are many companies visible here: Microsoft, Cisco, VMware, HP, Citrix, Google, Juniper, and can you see our Amazon here? Now click on this Amazon here. So once you click on Amazon, it will show you all the certifications that are available from Amazon. Okay, there are certifications that are related with developers. There are certifications that are related with database. Okay, there are certifications related with security. And the certification that we need to learn is AWS Solution Architect. Okay, we have many certifications offered by Amazon. If you go to a company like Microsoft is a big company, right? See the certifications, how many certifications they are offering. Whenever you see this number, let us say 77-885. This is the certification for some, some product or some, course that is offered by Amazon, offered by Microsoft. See security fundamentals, 98-367. Microsoft Azure, AZ-220. Microsoft Azure DevOps, AZ-400. So see, they are providing many certifications. Not only they are providing certifications for cloud, they are providing certifications for many other products. Microsoft is a company that will offer you many different products. They offer you products in the form of server operating systems, client operating systems, messaging applications, okay, office applications, okay. They have many different types of applications, security applications, and all those things. So whichever course you are learning, you just need to select that particular course. Let us go back to this Amazon again. And suppose you want to go with solution architect. You can go with either cloud practitioner or you can go with solution architect. My recommendation will be better go with this Amazon solution architect associate exam. Okay, so what it says here, see, this is some exam that is offered by Amazon, and they say in this particular dump, we call it as dumps, D-U-M-P, dump. They said we have totally 523 questions and answers. So this exam collection is offering you this 523 questions and answers, and they are saying, listen, take these 523 questions and answers and prepare. First of all, these questions and answers, 90% questions and answers are multiple choice questions and answers. It is not like our school exam. Remember school exam, we used to get a question and we used to write the answer, right? The answer can be like, it can contain only like one short answer. It can contain maybe like a big paragraph, whatever. So that was the case. But whenever you hear a term like multiple choice, you feel comfortable there, right? Multiple choice questions are more easier to answer instead of writing a big answer there. Okay, so in these dumps, there are totally 523 questions and answers. And how much you need to pay? Around $90 you need to pay. So what these companies are doing, or what this exam collection website people are doing, they are saying, take these 523 questions and answers and prepare and go for your exam. So when you go to exam, actually in exam, you may get between 45 to 60 questions. How many questions you will get? You may get between 45 to 60 questions. And remember, my friend, all these 45 to 60 questions will come from these 523 questions only. So this is not cheating in a way. This is the way the exams will be conducted. This is the way you're writing any online examination, whether it is like, Amazon exams or Microsoft exams or Google exams or any other major company exams. This is the way you need to write your exams. We need to take the dumps prepare the dumps and go for the examination. And once you go for the examination, whatever questions we have prepared in our dumps, from this 500, 450, 300 questions, you will get all the questions in the examination. So now tell me, is it difficult to pass your examination? No way, right? It's the simplest thing you can do. It's the easiest thing you can do. Just take your dumps, prepare the dumps and go for the examination. We just need to remember the question and the answer. So normally, you know what people do? I have seen many cases where people first go with their examination. They write their examination, then they will go with the course. That is not the actual way actually. First, you should learn your course, then you should go for the examination. Okay, so the course that we are learning here is we are preparing ourselves as a cloud administrator so that we can work in a company as a cloud administrator and we can provide services to that company as a cloud administrator. That is the one thing. And the second thing here is we will be in a position to actually face interview. First thing is actually we will be in a position to face interviews. Okay, we can crack any interview and then we can work. That is what we are trying to learn here. Okay, that is what we are trying to learn. Certification, like I said, is a different ball game. Getting a online certification for any course is not at all different, not at all difficult, my friend. It is the easiest thing you do. Learning about that particular technology is the challenging thing for you. Certification is the easiest thing we do because we already have dumps. We just need to prepare the dumps and we need to go for the examination. Not only for this AWS solution architect, if you go with any of the other examination, this is what we have to do. Okay, I hope the concept is clear. The certification part is clear. And we have two joinings here, Sajid and Manoj. Sajid and Manoj, actually we started this session at 6 a.m. Right now it is 6:55 a.m. and this is our second session. We are still in very basics actually. These are the two, introduction sessions actually. So we were just trying to discuss and we were just trying to understand what is cloud here, what is cloud computing, and what are the advantages we have in cloud computing. This is what we have discussed in last 2 days. So if you want to know what we have discussed in these 2 days, you can simply go to the DURGASOFT YouTube channel, or maybe they will share the recorded sessions with you. Yesterday recorded session and today's session is also recorded now. So they will share both the sessions with you. So before you come for the next class, that is tomorrow at 6 a.m. India Standard Time, you just need to go through the recording so that you can understand what we are going to discuss tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So now any questions, any doubts here, friends? It's up to you now. I'm done from my side. I hope you understood what is cloud and what are the things that are related with cloud.
Yeah, one question, those sessions, right? They will be interactive sessions. If we have any doubt, we can stop here and we can ask the question wherever it's logical.
See, yesterday session was like recorded, right? So people who came yesterday, it was interactive for them. So every session I say should be interactive. I always keep the chat box open. I always keep your mics or headphones, whatever you say, on. So it's not like I'm making this off. I always say this, the best advantage you can take in an online session with a trainer is you should have the opportunity to interact with the trainer. So yeah, your chat box will be open. You can send me a question in the chat box, and in case in emergency, if you want to interact with me directly, you can interact with me directly. This will be there till the end of our course, not only today and tomorrow. This will be there till the end of our course.
That's great. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Yeah.
Sir, just I have one small question.
Yeah, Shiva, go ahead.
Yeah. After completion of this course, can we go with the exam directly, or we need to go with the dump as well?
See, after completing the course anywhere, you cannot go with the examination directly. Not only this, my friend, if you go with Microsoft or Google, Cisco, Amazon, any certification. See, in my life, I have written many certifications from many companies. Let's say Microsoft, Cisco, and some other companies. I have never done any examination without preparing the dumps. It is not at all possible for any person to write examination without preparing dumps. Because, although the questions will be around like I said, you 45 to 50, between 45 to 50, 60 actually. But the time is only like say 120 minutes, 2 hours. And these questions are, scenario based questions.
Okay.
It's not like 2 plus 2, how much? They will not ask you like, what is the capital of India? No, this will not be like this, will be the scenario based questions. So when you take dumps where you are having, let us say 300 questions, it may take at least 12 to 15 days for you. Every day, suppose you are spending around 3 to 4 hours. So it will take around 12 to 15 days for you to understand these 300 questions and remember the answers. So without taking dumps, you cannot pass your exam. There are two things you need to remember. One is when you learn the course, you're trying to understand the technology. What is this technology? How we can use this technology? What are the services available? How to configure them? How to troubleshoot them? That is what you are learning in this particular course in your classes. Examination without dumps, do not imagine even to write the examination without dumps, actually, without preparing dumps.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Sir, another question.
Yeah, Sajid, please go ahead.
Yeah. So after completion of this course, right? In terms of skill set, I understand like every person is different, and we have to put our efforts in. So where would be we standing? Like, can we compete with someone at intermediate skills, or what would be your thoughts on that?
Okay, see, after completing this course, you will be in a position to complete. After completing this course, actually, you will be in a position to put around 2 years of experience. 18 months up to like 24 months of experience. If you follow what I say here, if you follow the documents that I prepared, if you follow the documents which I ask you to read, we can put up to like 2 years of experience there. Do not go with more than 2 years actually, because you're putting too much pressure on yourself. So 18 months up to like 2 years of experience, how much a person is getting in this period in the company, that much knowledge and that much understanding you will get from this particular course. But like you said, every person has a different ability to understand the concept. Okay, there are certain concepts which are like a bit difficult to understand. 80 to 85% concepts are very logical, very straightforward. It's very easy. But there are 15-20% concepts available where you need to put some extra, hard work. If you do that, then you will be in a great position to compete with a person who is already having working experience of 18 months and up to like 2 years.
And is it Terraform, those kind of things will also be covered in this course, or there is a different, another course we have to take?
Terraform and Jenkins and all these things will be available in DevOps actually. First, we need to go with the cloud, then we have to go with the DevOps. Both are different. Okay, both work both are for a single platform, but both are different courses. First, we need to go with the cloud, then we need to go with like Terraform and Jenkins and all the other things. That will come in a course known as DevOps. Okay, so that's it for the day, friends. Tomorrow, when we come, we'll try to see more about cloud. We'll try to see a very important part of cloud actually, that is called virtualization. Without understanding the concept of virtualization, it's very difficult for us to understand how the cloud is working. Virtualization is the backbone of cloud. So tomorrow we will go through this virtualization concept. And like I said, people who came today, please go through the yesterday recorded session and today's session. Today also you came a bit late, right? So go through this yesterday and today's session. So when you come tomorrow for the third session, that is where we are discussing the virtualization part. It will be easy for you to understand how exactly cloud is working in the background. Okay, so it will be virtualization tomorrow, and hopefully after tomorrow, that is on Friday. No, that is tomorrow is Friday, right? Okay, fine. Let's see what happens. No? So tomorrow we will see virtualization, and hopefully we'll take a session on Saturday also. Saturday at same time 6 a.m. because like I said this session is actually scheduled at 7 a.m. already I have some people who are coming at 7 a.m. So this is just a add-on batch. So we just need to like take some people from 6 a.m. and either we need to add these people in 7 a.m. or we need to change the time to like say 6:30 a.m. which will be suitable for everyone, whatever. So I already have some people who are coming at 7 a.m. So I'm just taking classes a bit, easy for them. Easy in the sense, I'm taking classes for like 40-45 minutes every day. Okay, they are maybe like 1 or 2 classes ahead from you. So it will not be difficult for me to catch them till maybe on Saturday actually. So let's see how it goes from Monday. But as of now, this is the schedule here. So hopefully I'll take these sessions, 6 a.m. sessions till Saturday. And hopefully from Monday, we'll be clubbing people who are coming from 6 a.m. and people who are coming at 7 a.m. We will club them and we'll form at least like, 5 to 6 people, a batch with 5 to 6 people. Normally we have batches with like, 15, 20 people. But right now we started many classes here. So people have simply taken a schedule according to their convenience. So as of now, if you can get 5 people also, that will be more than enough for me. 7 a.m. I already have 3 people, but hopefully I'll get some more people from this 6 a.m. Schedule so that I'll get at least 5 to 6 people batch. That will be good for everyone anyway. Okay, so I'm here for like 30 more seconds. If any other question, any other doubt, we will see this, or else we'll stop the session for today and we will meet again tomorrow at 6 a.m. India Standard Time. And we'll just try to discuss more about cloud. I just want to say one thing before I stop the session. If you have already decided to go with cloud computing as your career, let me tell you one thing very clearly. You have selected a very great career for yourself. You have selected a very excellent career for yourself. The only thing that can happen in cloud is growth. The only thing that can happen in cloud is it can improve. Okay. So initially you need to spend some extra hours, learning something, learning concepts and practicing concepts. But the best part here is the concepts that you're learning today, after 15 years also, majority of concepts will remain same. It's not like every year we need to upgrade ourselves. Every year, every 6 months, when some new things are coming, so we need to add. Of course, technology means it will change, but it will not be a very big change actually. So whatever you're learning in next 2 months, this will remain with you for next 20 years actually. Okay, so with cloud, we have many other options in cloud, but the first thing is this particular course. If you can start from here, then you can decide to go with like DevOps, or you can decide to go with like in cloud, we have like different, levels actually. So you can go with multiple levels there. Okay, so that's it for the day, friends. See you tomorrow at same time.
Can you please elaborate? Like I understood you said one field we can go with the DevOps. So what are the others one?
In cloud itself, we have like different platforms, like we have security. Okay, you can go with Microsoft Cloud, you can go with Google Cloud. After completing the cloud, so what we are learning here, we are learning AWS, like Amazon Web Services. This is the cloud services we are learning from Amazon. But after 3 months or 6 months, you can start learning Microsoft Cloud. Let's say after 6 months, or let's say at the end of this year, Amazon Cloud as well as Microsoft Cloud. Now, my friend, you have increased your opportunities. Okay, majority of companies are using either Amazon Cloud or Microsoft Cloud. If you know only Amazon Cloud, okay, you are eligible to get a job in, let's say 60% of companies. But if you know Amazon plus Microsoft Cloud, that means you are increasing your job opportunities up to like 80 to 85% companies.
Okay.
Okay, that is what I mean here. And again, there is something called DevOps there. So for AWS or for Microsoft Azure, if you want to go with something else or something that is higher, then you can go with like DevOps. Okay. Yeah, that's it for the day, friends. See you tomorrow at 6 a.m. India Standard Time. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you.